Welcome back to your Daily Dose. I am your host, Alize, and this is the Daily Dose, where you already know we stay doing the most. If y'all haven't, checked out my other videos, go ahead and check that out. Definitely give this video a like and definitely give it a thumbs up because we really finna get into it. All right, y'all. So I wanted to talk about the law of self-expression. What is the law of self-expression? Okay. So first we're going to get into what is the law of self-expression. Then we're going to get into how you use it. And then I'm going to go ahead and read a passage from Neville. This video isn't going to be too long. All right. So what is the law of self-expression? Okay. So the law of self-expression is is defining your desire. Okay. Defining your desire, knowing exactly what you want, making certain that it is desirable and acceptable. Okay. Once again, define your desire, meaning you are giving a description of what you want. You're putting in details, whether you're using we'll get into that, but you're giving a description of what you want. You know exactly what you want, meaning that you get clear and you are certain that it is obtainable. You are certain that this can happen. You are certain that it is possible. And you accept that it is true. Okay. So how do we use the law of expression? All right. So you can use the law of expression in different ways. And this is why I go back and forth with both the law of assumption and the law of attraction, because I'm going to have to make another video on the law of assumption and the law of attraction, because the law of attraction and the law of assumption, they work in similar ways. They really do. If you actually look it up, I know that I did make a video saying that, oh, they're different, but they are really similar if you really look more into it. Okay. So ways that you can actually utilize the law of self-expression is by using vision boards, okay, is by scripting, writing things down, getting very descriptive on what you want, is by utilizing affirmations, not affirming all damn day, but affirming at night, in the evening, and in the morning time. You know how when your subconscious is wide awake, is when you first wake up. Your subconscious is wide awake. Have you ever felt this feeling like your mind is empty? That's the time that you start to affirm. That's the time that you start to remind yourself. You start to live in your truth that your manifestation is already yours. Okay. So when you have decided to do that, when you do those things, that is how you are living in your truth. Okay. So it says, discover the law of self-expression and live by it. Then you will be free. With this understanding of the law, define your desire. Like I said, know exactly what you want. Make certain that it is desirable and acceptable. The wise and disciplined man sees no barrier to the realization of his desire. He sees nothing to destroy. With a fixed attitude of mind, he recognizes that the thing desired is already fully expressed, for he knows that a fixed subjective state has ways and means of expressing itself of which no man knows. Ooh, before they ask, I have answered. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 24. I have ways ye not know of. My ways are past finding out. Now, I want to talk about that. Let's talk about that. Okay. Going back into what I said before, it says that the ways and means of expressing itself is which no man knows. None of us know how this is going to be expressed. None of us know how this is going to come about. We don't know how it's going to turn out, and that's not for us to know. That's only for God to know and for the universe to know. Whatever you believe in, Jesus, whatever your, beliefs are. Okay. So I want to go ahead and I want to read a passage from The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. It says, desires are states of consciousness seeking embodiment. They are formed by man's consciousness and can easily be expressed by the man who has conceived them. Okay. Desires are expressed when the man who has conceived them assumes the attitude of mind that would be his if the states desired were already expressed. Okay. Now, because desires, regardless of their nature, can be so easily expressed by fixed attitudes of mind, a word of warning must be given to those who have not yet realized the oneness of life and who do not know the fundamental truth yet. The fundamental truth that consciousness is God, the one and only reality. This warning was given to man in the famous golden rule, do unto others that which you have them do unto you. Matthew chapter 7, verse 21. You may desire something for yourself or you may desire for another. If your desire concerns another, make sure that the thing desired is acceptable to that other. The reason for this warning is that your consciousness is God, the giver of all gifts. Therefore, that which you feel and believe to be true of another is a gift you have given him. The gift that is not accepted returns to the giver. Okay. Okay. Be very sure then that you would love to possess the gift yourself, for if you fix a belief within yourself as true of another, and he does not accept this state as true himself, this unaccepted gift will embody itself within your world. Okay. So let's talk about that. The gift that is not accepted returns to the giver. Okay. So if you don't accept that this is true, then that's what's going to be expressed into your reality. If you accept that it is true, then that's what's going to be expressed into your reality. So either way, you can utilize this in both ways. You can have the law of self-expression work for you, or it can work against you. It's the same thing with law of attraction. It's the same thing with law of assumption. It's the same thing with the law of compensation. It's the same thing with the law of vibration, whatever. It can either work for you or it can work against you. It's up to you. And so when you don't accept, it returns to the giver. So if you accept that this is true, you accept I am a millionaire. I accept that this is my truth. I accept that this is what I was meant to do. This is the life that I'm living. I accept right here and right now I am a multimillionaire. That will be expressed into your reality. Do I know how? Absolutely not, because I'm not you. I'm not, I am the unit. The universe is within me, but I'm not you. I'm not creating your reality. Okay. So also, I do want to definitely go back into having a fixed attitude. You recognize that the thing desired has already been expressed and you already forming into your subconscious mind that it is already believed to be true. And once you actually live within that, then you will see that the law of self-expression is working for you. Okay. I do want to talk about this because I definitely want to say this. Manifestation is not hard. Manifestation is not, it's not rocket science. It's not trying to figure out calculus. It's not trying to figure out trigonometry. It's not hard. It's actually very simple and it's very easy. And I remember people asking me, like, how is your manifestation going for you? How is this going for you? How is that going for you? People will say, I don't believe, how does it work? You're saying it's easy, but I haven't gotten results. That's because you're not working on yourself. That's because you're not working on your mindset. You have a different attitude towards the universe, towards God, towards yourself. You have a low self-concept. You don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that what you can, the things that you want, you can obtain those things. You don't believe in that. You don't have faith. Okay. You don't have faith in a higher source. And that's why half of the time I don't waste my time trying to talk to people who are just on some bullshit. And I'm gonna just keep it 100, because a lot of people will say this is bullshit. But no, you're bullshit, because you haven't taken the time to understand this. Manifestation is not rocket science. It's actually very fun if you allow it to be, if you allow things to naturally unfold. And this is what Neville Goddard wanted to talk about when he said self-expression. Simply you allowing yourself to be free, breaking away from the chains. And those chains are having I don't want to say low vibrational. Those chains are having a negative conception of overall life, of how things are, how this is hard this is hard to get, that's hard to get. Money's not easy to come by. You first starting with your mindset and rearranging your thought process and actually living in the end and living in the wish fulfilled is what is going to grant you your manifestation way faster. Because manifestation, it doesn't need to take a year. It doesn't need to take months. It doesn't need to take 5-6 years. Manifestation can happen overnight. Manifestation can happen like this. Manifestation, I manifested something, and it's crazy because I literally thought about it and it manifested into my reality. And I'm so freaking thankful because I am so happy about this because it happened, and I will not say what happened, but this manifestation came so quickly out the blue. Like it was just like, oh my God. And I was thinking about a person, and this person I missed so much. And I haven't heard from this person. I didn't know what was going on. And I said, you know what? I spoke about this person and I said, you know what? This person is going to be in my life. Like, I know this person is meant to be in my life. And boom, they DM'd me. And I swear, manifestation is so amazing. Like, it's crazy how this shit works. It's crazy. I manifested, for example, my friend, like when Neville was talking about, even if it takes a 1,000 people to move, you're going to get your manifestation. I'm pretty sure he said something along those lines, but literally you're going to get it. When I was close, very close to being homeless again, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. Like, I was really close to being homeless. I didn't know where I was gonna go. And a friend of mine helped me find this place. But this place, I knew that the universe was working through her. And this is how I was able to get to where I wanted to get to. When I first saw it, I was like telling myself, I said, the room is mine. I said, it's mine. I know it's mine. I know I'm going to live there. I was imagining it. I was visualizing it. Like, I was really applying and living in it. And I'm not going to lie, I have manifested with stress too, because manifestation, I'm not saying that's how you want to do it. But what I am saying is that everyone manifests differently. Yes. However, the way you go about it, manifestation can either work for you or it can work against you. Just like this law. Same thing, it's manifestation. It's all the same. It can work for you or it can work against you. It's really up to you. So if you have a fixed attitude that, yes, this is possible, yes, this can happen, then 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what's going to show itself in your reality. But anyway, going back to this, what happened was I remember the day, because it was coming down to the days where I had to leave. And I remember there was a black cat. And I'm honestly mad at my grandmother for telling me that black cats were bad luck, because they're not. Black cats are amazing spirits. They're spirits in disguise. It was a black cat that showed up and stared at me. And I knew right then and there something good was about to happen. And poof, something amazing happened. The same thing with my job. It was just certain things, like and it's crazy because, some people might be like, oh, that's small or da-da-da-da-da. No, I'm so serious. That made me really have more faith in manifestation. That made me have more faith in the universe. That made me have more faith in myself, because I know that I can create these things. But then I also realized that I have to also change my circle. And I want to talk about that in another video. I definitely want to talk about that in another video. We're not going to get into that in this video. But, when you are disciplined, when you have to, and this is interesting, going back into what Neville said, the wise and disciplined man sees no barrier. And the discipline, meaning he's fixing his mind on what he wants. He's fixing his mind on it. He sees it. He knows it to be true. He knows that it's real. He's focusing on it and just trust, trust, trust. And I'm smiling because it's real. It's freaking real. I don't know how many times I have to say it. It's real, bro. It is real. It's like, oh my God, I can't even fucking explain it. It's fucking real, okay? Go back to my success stories. I manifested getting my driver's license. I manifested me getting my permit. I manifested me moving. I manifested me moving into a better environment. I manifested me getting a better job. I manifested me being with the person that I'm saying coming back into my life. I manifested these things. Like I kid you not, y'all. I can't stand y'all niggas. I can't stand y'all, baby. Woo! But okay, so it says here, the undisciplined man, on the other hand, constantly sees the opposition to the fulfillment of his desire. And because of the frustration, he forms desires of destruction, which he firmly believes must be expressed before his basic desire can be realized. When man discovers this law of one consciousness, he will understand the great wisdom of the golden rule. So he will live by it. And remember what Neville said. What was the golden rule? Let me go back into the book real quick. It says, do unto others that you would have them do unto you. So whatever you do unto others, okay, the golden rule, and I believe what that means is whatever you're doing, far as if you're disciplined with your desire, then that's what you're going to get. If you're not, then you're not going to get the fulfillment because you're not disciplining yourself. You're not working on your mental diet. You're not believing that you are one with your desire. Your desire is not 1,000,000 miles away, 1,000 million miles away. Your desire is not on the other side of the country. Your desire is not there. Your desire is not here. Your desire is within here. Okay. So once he will understand the great wisdom of the golden rule, and so he will live by it and prove to himself that the kingdom of heaven is on earth. You will realize why you should do unto others that which you would have them do unto you. You will know why you should live by this golden rule, because you will discover that it is just good common sense to do, since the rule is based upon life's changeless law and is no respecter of persons. Consciousness is the one and only reality. The world and all within it are all states of consciousness objectified. Your world is defined by your conception of yourself plus your conceptions of others, which are not their conception of themselves. Okay, so I want to get into this. When he talks about the world, you defining the conception of yourself, the world is defined by your conception of yourself. How you view yourself is the world is like a mirror. How they say everyone is you pushed out. The reason they say, actually, it's another way where Neville Goddard had actually said it. It's not everyone is you pushed out. It's everyone is you are pushed out, I believe. Let's see. Oh, I hate. Okay. Okay, so Neville is not. So people behave, act, feel, and think whatever and however you assume them to behave, act, think, and feel. Okay, so one thing I noticed, and this is something that I see. When you focus on the bad qualities of somebody, when you focus on the bad qualities of yourself, you only continuously manifest that. So it's the same thing. It's a mirror. It's all a mirror. That's why they say, don't be so quick to focus on the negative things. I'm not telling y'all, go ahead, go into these deep meditations every day and do this. Life is going to already show you what you need to work on, because people around you are going to show you what you need to work on. Whatever you think of yourself is how other people will perceive you. So if you look at yourself as you're not good enough, and I've been told this, I say this by my spiritual mom. Miss Terrell, I love you. I hope you still watching my videos. God bless you. This woman told me, she said, Miss Terrell, Miss Burrell, my bad. She told me, she said, Alize, you are an amazing person. She said, you are beautiful, you are smart, you are intelligent. This was at the time when I was going through my breakup with my ex-girlfriend. And she was telling me, she told me, she said, Alize, you gotta love yourself. She said, we see stuff in you, but if you don't see it in yourself, then we not gonna see it in you. So that's why people change, and people are just mirroring and showing you the kind of person, the things that you thinking about yourself. And when you constantly focus on someone's bad qualities, when you constantly talking about the negative things of that person, more negative shit of that person is going to continuously show up, because that's what you're creating. So that's why I believe Neville was talking about, I want to change what I said earlier. I believe that's what Neville said when he said about the golden rule. Whatever you do unto yourself, if you love yourself, you cherish yourself, you do the same things to others. You can't change nobody. I'm not saying to change anyone, but what I am saying is, if there's someone in your life, if there's something that you don't like that this person is doing, change the conception of how you see them. Change the conception of how you see them, okay? I'm not saying that you can change them, because it's not changing them. And focus on you changing you. What are certain things? Because let me tell you somehow, they say it takes a narcissist to know another narcissist. It takes a bitch to know a bitch. Maybe you might be being a bitch and you got to change some things within you. And when you notice when people start to come back, is because you started to change certain things about yourself. What spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all of these things. So that's why manifestation is a creation that is from within. It is a creation from the spiritual realm. It is a creation of the spiritual body. Okay, so when you are perceiving people to be a certain way, that is exactly what you're gonna get. I have done this before. I used to argue with my ex-roommate in my mind, and in my reality, I created that because we would be arguing 24/7. And it got to the point where we got into a physical altercation. And sometimes when you look at stuff like that, you gotta really watch your thoughts. You gotta really watch what you're thinking, because your thoughts are a creation and manifestation of your reality. And until you understand that, you are going to keep creating these things that you do not want. You must be disciplined. You must be disciplined, and you must stick to the rule. If you know you want your specific person, if you want that person, there is no, oh, I can go this person even if I don't know. If you want that person, you will have that person. If you want that job, you will have the job. If you want to get out of prison, you will get out of prison. If you want to manifest a $1 million house, you will manifest that. Do not allow other things and other obstacles, whatever. Don't even believe in them. Don't even see them. Fuck the barriers. There are no barriers, because they don't exist unless you make them, unless you see. The problem is you create a problem when you focus on a problem. See, just like the bridge of incidents, people, when they see the bridge of incidents, they get scared. They start saying, oh no, like for example, you manifesting your specific person, you getting so much attention, you getting so much damn attention from other people that aren't your specific person. You need to play in that like you playing in some chocolate pudding. Want to know why? Because that's the bridge of incidents. That means that your manifestation is real. That means that your manifestation is done. That is a sign. You know what I'm saying? You can't focus on, you can't be like, damn, these people like me, but my specific person ain't showing up. You think that, you create more of that. If you keep looking at a text, oh, then my stop making problems with your manifestation. Stop making barriers. There are no barriers. You want to know why? Because you discipline. Once you discipline your mind, once you actually allow yourself to dwell in this state, you allow yourself to dwell in this moment, have fun with your affirmations. If you're in no contact with your SP, have fun with it. Enjoy your life. Do things, even baby, listen, if you gotta buy a dress, buy a tuxedo, buy a ring that you want to wear, I don't give a damn. Do what you wants to do. If that's what you want to do, that's gonna help you to live in the end, then do it. Neville said when he wanted to get released from the army, he imagined himself, visualized it. And that's how Neville manifested. He visualized himself in his apartment with his wife and his daughter. He said he didn't imagine sleeping with his wife. He didn't imagine, having any sexual relations with this woman. He just imagined sitting, laying beside her. His daughter, I believe she was in the other room. I don't know how old she was, but his daughter was there. And he said all he did was visualize that every night. And then he was able to get released, and he was out the army. And he manifested himself out of there. When, I don't know if it was Abdul. I think it was Abdul. When he told him about Barbados, he said, what? Neville said, I don't know if this is working. He said, what? Because he went to his house, and Abdul said, what? I can't hear you. You're in Barbados. Slammed the damn door in his face. You know what I'm saying? Shit. And a lot of people go say you foolish. A lot of people go say this. And that's why I want to make another video talking about changing your circle when manifesting. A lot of people don't talk about that, because this is the same thing with success. When you want to change, you have to be able to change your circle, because you want to get around people that are doing the same thing as you. You don't want to hang around people who are non-believers. You don't want to hang around these folks who are going to tell you and try to shit on your manifestations. Bitch, you not God. You're not creating my reality. This is my world. You can't tell me what I can and cannot have. You can't tell me that. I can, because this is my world. Don't try to tell me something. Don't try to change my mind about something I believe. And I'll talk about that in another video. But I definitely want y'all to understand, to have the disciplined mindset, because when you discipline yourself, it's the same thing with anything that you want. When you discipline yourself and you put your mind to this, just like I wasn't about to make this video today, but I told myself, even because I was upset because something happened in my reality, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to still make this video. I'm going to still make it. You want to know why? Because discipline. So you want to definitely discipline yourself. You want to definitely, see that there are no barriers. The only barriers is what you create, is what you think. If you think something is in the way of your manifestation with your specific person, then something is in the way of that. If you think you have to be perfect in order to manifest the love of your life, then you're going to create that barrier. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect for the house you want. You don't need to be the money doesn't need to come from your job. The money can come anywhere out the blue. Somebody could even give you money. Anything is possible. I don't care what anyone says. Manifestation has no limitations. There are no limitations. Stop putting limitations on manifestation. Stop putting limitations on yourself. Stop putting limitations when it comes to the universe. The universe knows what you want. The universe has heard you. The universe knows and understands that this is what you want. So you must trust. You must understand, and you shall be free. I'm out. Peace.